And I think we have... Alright. Hey everybody, welcome back to After Hours, and not a minute too soon, we have our special guest tonight, Ali Robin. Is that your name?
Robin.
Ali Robin. And did you friend request me, or did I friend request you?
I believe you friend request me.
I did friend request you. I don't know how, what were the circumstances. Facebook can be great like that, but I saw that you were a part of something called Moneymaker Productions.
Yeah, that's a film production company that I created about 2 years ago, probably like around 2010. I created it.
Okay. Now do you have a legitimate building, or is it just kind of like a more of a private, intimate thing right now?
Yeah, it's more of a private thing now. And I started it more because I really like films, and when I was younger, I was doing a lot of acting, doing a lot of driving, putting a lot of money in gas.
Yeah.
Wasn't getting the jobs that I wanted.
Oh god, for an actress and actor, it's very very tough on the jobs.
Yeah.
So
it is actually very.
Yeah.
It was a lot of wear and tear. So I decided, after all the money, I was like, you know what, I can write scripts, and I can, I write pretty decent stories anyway. So I decided, me invest in my own camera, find some actors. Get some films going, and then that's kind of how Moneymaker Productions came about.
Nice. Now, what genre do you specialize in? Now, are you more of a horror person, comedy person, or do you write a variety of genres?
Lately, I've been writing a lot of dramedies, which is like a combination of dramas and comedies.
Oh, of course.
But I do a lot more dramas. It's like when I write stuff for the purpose of it being funny, it never comes out funny.
Yeah.
So
that's fine. I mean, everybody has their own sense of humor.
Yeah.
I can attest to having a very quirky, weird sense of humor. And a lot of the times I think, oh man, what would it be like if I was to do this on a stand-up stage? Would people be turned off, or would people laugh? Like, you just don't know. But,
yeah.
I mean, part of the fun is taking a risk, right? I mean, just
Very true.
Trying. I mean, just saying, all right, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to take a chance at it because I love it that much. But
and I love films. That's kind of where I got. And then I was sitting down one day, I was watching a trailer for a film that I thought was going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the title of it was, but when I saw the film, it was like the trailer took all the good scenes of the film, put it at the beginning of the film, and the rest of the film for like the next hour was like awful. So and that's kind of where I got into the whole idea of writing scripts. I was like, I looked at it, and I was like, I can do so much.
Yeah, previews often do that. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah.
They always show you all the good scenes as a way of saying, hey, watch this movie because of these good scenes. What they don't realize is that you're pretty much watching the whole movie in that preview. Like, by the time you watch the movie, it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, it was that kind of feeling too when I saw it, and I was so upset.
Yeah, but I mean, did that kind of wake up your mind into thinking that, all right, this is what I want to do, or?
It opened up my mind more because when I first started getting into it, I just connected with a lot of different people that had responded back to ads that I had put out, like on Craigslist and places like that. And a guy actually came and did my Moneymaker Productions logo. But I actually got more into the films because I connected with a guy that was a part of the 40-hour film project that was being done that year in New Haven.
Okay.
I was on it as a writer. And then I connected with another a makeup artist that responded to an ad that I had, and I ended up working as a production assistant for a pilot that was being shot in Hartford called The Second District.
Nice.
And with an actor there, I connected with a guy from New York that was a filmmaker, and he helped me with two music video projects.
Okay.
And 2 films. So it kind of grew from there, and then I started helping out on other projects of other people's and started my own. And then that's where the web series came about.
And what is the web series that you do right now?
The web series right now I'm doing is a dramedy. It is a combination of a lot of different experiences that have happened to me and friends of mine.
Okay.
It's about a girl named Notori who was living like a crazy party life. Yeah. She decides to settle down and find a more serious relationship with a guy. She joins a dating website. And she goes up there expressing her feelings. She wants to find true love.
Oh, wow.
She ends up going on a slew of terrible dates.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, look, from personal experience, I've tried dating websites, and it's tough because you put yourself out there. You think that, oh, yeah, I mean, this doesn't look so bad. It looks like I could have an okay personality.
Yeah.
And then you look at all of the requirements that the girls want, and
Yeah.
it just seems to be so generic. Like, all right, I want a guy that's 6'5", that's very buff, likes to do sports. I mean, a lot of the description just doesn't match with you, and you kind of like, okay, do I want to pressure myself to be that person so I can have a date, or do I want to stay true to myself but be single and lonely? You know, so yeah. I mean, it's just tough. I mean, have you ever had an experience with dating websites like that, or?
Yes, and well, along with the character, because the main character actually is has a lot of the situations that she goes through, and as far as her personality, it's kind of stemmed from me.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I created the character from, because I know that there was a time when I joined dating websites. I'm actually still on one, but I really don't do anything with it because I just had a really terrible experience with it. Like, I had this one guy that said he was like, on the site, he was like tall and like buff, similar to the description that you said the girl said. I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good. All of a sudden, I'm sitting down, and all of a sudden, this guy comes in. Now I'm not knowing who he is because he looks nothing like the picture.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on, like, update your profile pictures. Like, what are you doing?
No, guys will do and say anything to get what they want. So it's
terrible.
True story. But did you do you have a subscription, or is it a free thing?
It's a free thing, and I decided I wanted to join like a subscription one, but it was just like too much. Like, if I'm not doing good, even though you might find more legitimate matches on a paid site, I didn't want to go through the trouble.
Yeah, because I did Match.com, and I'm definitely not doing a promotion for them because it's just God. But yeah, but it was like $123 for a 6-month subscription, and I used and I was there like I think every other day.
Yeah.
But at the end of the 6 months, nothing happened. Like, I mean, I did eventually talk to some people, and I was a Facebook friend with someone for a while, but it never materialized into an actual in-person greeting.
Yeah.
And I mean, they say that, oh, if your first 6 months don't work out, you get another 6 months free. But I just was like, you know what? I mean, if you can't, I mean, 6 months is a lot of time.
It is a lot.
A lot of time if if you're single trying to find somebody. So if you haven't found someone in that half year, it's like you just kind of,
move on.
Shake your head in negativity and just say, you know what, I can always find someone in college or just some other way. But yeah, it's
6 months.
6 months.
I didn't even give it that long.
6 months. Waste the biggest. No, actually, no. One of the biggest wastes of $100+ that I've ever had in my life. But yeah, we'll get to that some other time. Yeah, it's not about me. This is about you. So yes, you have your Moneymaker Productions. You're doing a web series, which is very fantastic. Question, because I have a professor here who says, if you're interested in the entertainment industry, get up on the internet, because the internet, that's where it's going to be at in like 20, 30 years. And it's weird because I've grown up admiring the old media, like radio, television, like that's what I see myself as. Like I'm into the internet. I got the Facebook, I got a Twitter that I never use, but like I'm into the internet.
Yeah.
Like I'm aware of it. I got the YouTube. I'm aware of it. But I'm not so hooked on it where I think, wow, it's going to be the next TV. It's going to be the next film thing. I mean,
a lot of people are turning into the next TV. So
yeah,
really
I mean, do you see that? Do you think the internet is going to be that way, or is it just going to be kind of like, all right, it's a place where I can check my email? I mean, do you think it's just going to stay the way it is now, or?
No, I don't think it's going to stay the way it is. I would love for it to stay the way it is.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to have the...
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I would love to be able to have my computer with my internet and my TV to watch my movies. I don't want to combine the two at all.
Yeah, of course not. It's ridiculous. But the web series, are you doing it... Like, what's the benefit of a web series over having a television series? Because I imagine you have a lot more creative freedom because you don't have, all those FCC restrictions.
Well, there's still some things that we still have to worry about as far as that are, the same when you're doing a TV show. But one of the main things that I like about doing a web series is that it is free. You can go on YouTube. You're not restricted to a time limit. Where you have to do at least 12 minutes for a 30-minute show. You can do it however length you want. You can do it from a 5-minute to a 20-minute. It doesn't matter. You have a lot more flexibility to reach a lot more people because everybody has access to the internet, either through your phone, through just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I like the ability of having I mean, because I work with a public access channel too. I work with CTV in Hamden,
Oh, nice.
and it's so hard for me to keep up with that show because I have to continually come up with something that has to be a particular length. Otherwise, there's a lot of dead air.
Yeah. Now, what's the background? What's the background of your show? Because I do a public access show myself. Like, what do you do in that show?
Well, with the show, before it was just me making short films and posting it up there. But then cool. I just got really, I don't know, I've been kind of stagnant on it because I've just been trying to work really hard.
Yeah.
So lately I've just been doing like updates of projects that I've been doing.
Okay.
And, keeping, and also when I go out and videotape people, like I videotaped my friend's play that she did for a school.
Yeah.
And so I had posted that up there, and then she's into another project, and I videotaped that.
Yeah.
So I try to do projects that I've done for other people, so people know that I do stuff too.
Nice.
So, yeah, but I like internet only because it's just it's just so easy. They don't have to worry about the DVDs. And
yes, it's very freeing. I can definitely agree on that. Now, are you starring in many of these productions that you are producing?
The web series, no, I'm not. I'm just producing it. I'm just directing it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing everything except for acting in it.
Okay. now, what's the process like? Because I mean, not only do you have to get the creative crap together, well, not crap, but like, I mean, like, you know what I mean. Like,
I know.
I use crap very generically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have to get the creative stuff together. Not only that, but you also have to worry about technical stuff like lighting, camera, and just like you just wish that came magically from the sky.
I would love it if it came magically from the sky.
How do you get connections like that? I mean, do you go through like unions, or do you just grab friends, family?
Well,
how do you do that?
I grab friends more
Yeah.
because not a lot of my family are really like entertainment savvy. So I try to connect with people that I've worked with in the past with projects. But as far as just putting it all together, it's just so I didn't realize how frustrating it would be.
Yeah.
Like as far as like keeping actors and having them, just like I had an actor that we had high hopes for him. He was going to be like one of the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we were shooting our pilot, he would be in it. And he didn't understand that, this is a process. This is a new web series coming together. It's really new to Connecticut. We need people that are, like, dedicated to the project to see it grow from the ground up, and he wasn't with it. So it was kind of a situation where I ended up not only having to cast two, I had to cast an extra actor now. So it was just like... And then finding locations that fit the scene of, and the personalities of the characters. It's just so, I didn't realize how crazy it would be.
Now, the process of making a film, like getting it from the page to real life, is it like, what is it, like 8-9 months? Or because that's usually what it's like for Hollywood films. Because I don't know, I wonder, is it much shorter for you, or?
Well, lately I've been doing just short films.
Yeah.
The longest film I've done so far is probably about 35 to 40 minutes long.
So I imagine it's a lot shorter to
a lot
make.
shorter. And then compared to a web series, it's a whole lot better too because, with a short film, you're looking to shoot like my last film that I shot, it was no more than 4 days that I needed to shoot. Yeah. The other two were just 2 days. And it's easier because, you just tell people, listen, can we use your apartment? Can I use your, location for no more than 2 days? But then you have to do a web series where it's kind of like a TV show, You have to have someone that's really dedicated unless you're throwing out money to them, Now,
is the web series, is that entirely written by yourself, or do you have like a staff of writers, like trying to...
I wrote the script like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And
so web series meaning like episodes?
Yes.
So how many episodes do you have?
I have 6 right now.
6, okay. And do you plan to leave it at that, or do you want much more?
No, I'm looking to have much more.
Much more. And you're planning to do that yourself? I'm
looking, as the project grows and people are familiar with our project, I'm looking for my crew to grow. Because I worked as a crew person, as a one-man crew person for a lot of projects, and I would love to take the load off. And have other people.
Now, in a way, that's not too bad because you get to put your vision out there as wholesomely as possible.
That's true. You're right.
It's kind of like a one-woman show you're putting on right there. Like, imagine just doing a one-woman show on Broadway. A lot of people actually, if they can't get themselves in like professional upscale productions, they just say, to hell with it, I'll write something myself and put it out there, which is like...
And I've seen some really good one-woman shows,
yeah.
So I've been impressed.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, you have to deal with the pressure of being alone on stage for like an hour. So, like, oh my God, how can I keep people interested with just me for an hour or so?
Exactly.
Especially if you're playing like all these different characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem like some schizophrenic freak when you do that, but that's just me. But anyway, so you have your Moneymaker Productions. Everything seems to be going well with that. Another question I have for you is where, and I ask this question with many people that have something like this. Where do you see yourself in 20 to 30 years with this? I know it's like far down the road, but
30.
yeah, no. I mean, do you want to? I mean, do you want to keep it where it is, just kind of as an intimate, more local production company, or would you like it to be the next Paramount, the next Lionsgate?
Well, here's the thing. I never thought 2030. I've always thought like 2 to 5, maybe 10 the most.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely wanted to expand. I definitely see myself maybe not being a Paramount, even though I'm not trying to downgrade my abilities.
Yeah.
But I want to stay independent.
Yeah.
I want to stay as independent as possible. Probably maybe be more like a Magnolia Pictures.
Okay.
Or maybe a Lionsgate. I like Lionsgate. You know, I just don't want to be put in that category of like big budget blockbusters.
Yeah.
You know,
kind of selling out just for the sake of making money.
Yeah. You know, I want to keep it. I like recently because I don't watch a lot of TV. So I'm always out. I got Netflix, and the good thing about Netflix is that you're able to see all different types of films from all different genres. And I love foreign films. I love independent films, and I got a nice taste of seeing how people do films, and independent's where it's at. And I mean, I'm not saying that blockbuster films and like the big budget films are bad, because I've seen some really good ones, but you get a lot more. You have a lot more imagination.
A lot more imagination.
When it's in independent, because nowadays, like, you watch films that are newly made, and it's like I saw a film that was redone by a film that Arnold Schwarzenegger did in the 80s, Total Recall.
Total Recall, really?
Yeah.
It wasn't Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale? Because that's another one.
That's another one, too.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes when you're doing stuff over, it kind of loses its, you know...
It loses its initial magic.
Yeah, because, you know, at that time, like, I love Terminator. From the first one to the second one, and then when they started going on, just making it, like, where they're almost trying to kick Arnold Schwarzenegger out of the film. And he's Terminator. Like, how can you kick him out? So it was just like...
That's true. I mean, they could put him back in, but he's like 60-something right now.
Yeah,
so
it wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't work so much. But I get what you're saying about how Hollywood, a lot of it, like, lacks much vision these days. You see a lot more remakes than usual. And, oh my God, the thing I dread, I don't know how you feel about this, re-releasing a movie in 3D. Like, I don't like that, because...
I don't like it only because they're doing it to they're trying to do it to like every film that comes out.
Every film.
And I don't understand. Like, at first when they were doing it for certain films, like when I first heard of 3D, I heard it being done at like Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And they would do it to not the entire film, but they would take like bits and pieces of a film, put it together for like an adventure for people to watch. But now they're doing it to like actual films.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now it's losing its, you know, it used to be original to watch something in 3D. Like, oh, I can't wait.
It used to be an event. I remember I was in Disney World back in 2000, and I saw a legit 3D show, and it was great. It was lions just, you know, popping into my eyes, elephants spraying me with water out of nowhere. It was just crazy, and I had that image stuck in my head as like, wow, 3D is awesome. It's always going to be awesome. So when you see a movie in 3D, it's going to be that awesome.
Yeah.
And I've seen some movies in 3D, and it's nothing like that. It's like you put the glasses on, and the only difference is that, oh, Harry Potter is just up in my grill right now instead of on the TV screen. Like, he's just like, he's not doing anything. He's just up in my space. Like, that's not. I mean, that's not something. But that's me. I love The Lion King just as much as the next person. But when they released it in 3D, I was just like, it's. I mean,
they really did.
They did. They re-released The Lion King in 3D. They're pretty much re-releasing all Disney movies in 3D just for the sake of making an extra buck. And like, they're coming up with the worst ideas. Apparently, they made a movie out of the game Battleship, and I hear they're making some kind of a Lord of the Rings horror twist of the board game Candyland.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're just coming up with crap these days. So it's nice to see independent films because like they actually tell stories. You know, they actually go back to the golden age of Hollywood where you have stories, where you have characters, and where you have appealing actors and actresses. I'm thinking of something. Actually, yeah. I mean, if you tune into an Oscar ceremony every year, it's mostly independent films that win.
And and there's a reason for that. Like I was talking to a friend of mine, I was like, you know, the reason why people are really drawn to like these big budget films is because of the special effects. Like,
special effects.
If you take the special effects out of most films, the acting is just terrible.
Honestly.
And it's like there's no story, and a lot of people are making up for the fact there's no story, and the actors are terrible with the special effects. So it's just like, I that's why I have no problem. Like if someone was turned around and gave me $2 million to make a film, of course I would use it. Like that's amazing. But it wouldn't probably go towards special effects.
Yeah, I mean now the low budget films. Those are usually the best ones because
low budget is the best only because you don't. I mean, I don't know. At least for me, like everything that I've done so far has been low budget, even just out of pocket.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot better because it's more personal.
It's more, because you don't have like a lot of money to build robots and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's like, oh my god, I have to like actually tell a story.
Exactly.
With characters, like I have to make it focused on a story.
Exactly, and like so far, I try to take stories that are somewhat personal or I've heard from other people and try to put a twist on it. Not to make it so cliche, like what you see nowadays in films where it's almost predictable when you're watching a film. I try to keep it as unpredictable as possible.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really do like independent films. Indie is where it's at.
It is where it's at. it really is. Yeah, I mean, I may like an action film here and there. Like, I'm a Batman fan, so I mean, of course.
Well, don't get me wrong. I love action.
Yeah.
That's my favorite genre.
Oh, yeah.
Action and drama, thriller, I love it.
Yeah, action, drama, thriller, if you put those together, great. But, I mean, if you ask me what would I rather watch, some cheesy teenage soap opera with addicting characters and addicting situations versus, oh my god, Transformer. I mean, I'm gonna choose the first one because I don't know. There's just something about just characters and real life situations replicated into the TV screen or to the movies. There's just something about the chemistry of the people and the screen. I mean, it's magnetic. It's very down to earth. It's something that robots and superheroes cannot provide. You know what I mean? As great as they are, it's something they can't provide because it's not realistic. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yes. So what we're gonna do? We will take a short music break. We'll come back. We'll chat for a few more minutes. Are you up usually this late doing radio stuff like this?
No, but it's exciting.
It is exciting. It's kind of a high, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Do you have a request? Because you're here and you're my guest, and I thought, why not play something that you like? I mean, what kind of music are you into?
I love Maroon 5.
Maroon 5, cool. Would you like to hear something from them?
Yes.
Cool. What's a specific song do you like to hear?
Can I hear One More Night?
One More Night. Now, is that a clean song? Because if it's not, then I'm gonna get axed.
It is. Let's do Sunday Morning.
Sunday Morning? Sunday Morning, of course. I mean, just by the name of it, it's pretty. Yeah. All right, so we'll do that, and then we'll be right back. You got a busy schedule this week?
Yeah, it's crazy. It is. Like my friend, because a friend of mine, she's into theater, and she is putting together a play that she wants me to act in.
Oh.
So, but to be formal and professional, she wants me to come to the audition. So I was like,
okay, cool.
So I'm going to the audition tomorrow for that.
Cool. Let's talk more about that after the song.
Yes.
All right. So Maroon 5, Sunday Morning, as requested by my guest, Ali Robin. Now, is your middle name, is it like G? Is that the initial?
No, it's Ali Robbins.
Okay. Because I was like Ali G, Ali GR. I was getting confused like all night trying to say your name correctly.
And Robbins has an S at the end.
Robbins.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Got to remember that plural. All right. So we'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. Oh, crap! Another song is playing over it. So let me take let me take that song out and let's play the Maroon 5 song the way it should be played. Yeah, that happens all the time. It's college radio, so you can expect that. I know this song though.
So what's it like to have an after-hours radio show? That's cool.
Well, it's less pressuring because the people who have shows during the day, like they have like station managers here all over the place. So if you say something horrible, like inappropriate, then most likely someone's gonna come in and be like, "What? Oh my God!" Like, you know, press the dump button, press the dump button. And I don't know. I just feel like when people are not here, when people are not like up in my space, it just allows me to just relax more and do a show. So that's why I tend to do it really late. And also I have classes during the day, and I'm like very picky about like my mood. Like I have a class mood and then I have a fun time mood.
Yeah.
Even when I have like a break in between classes, it's just kind of like, all right, I'm in class mode. I can't have fun yet. So yeah, but did you go to college?
I went for a year.
Yeah.
And then, cause I went to school for photography, and then like a bunch of family stuff happened, and I moved.